Hello, all you awesome people out there. Welcome back to the channel with me, as always, your host, Geek Viz Who. And we have here our video game news drop for the week, covering news stories from about the end of April to the start of May of 2026. Today is, of course, May 10th, 2026. Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hope you enjoyed your week. Thank you for all the one of the most thankless jobs in the world of being a parent, especially a mother. But anywho, yeah, so it's April 10th. So, of course, if any news stories drop after the 10th, between the 10th and when this drops on Friday, the reason I don't talk about it is because it did not happen yet. That is why. But anyway, yeah, so today is the 10th. The fucking Knicks just swept the goddamn 76ers in the NBA playoffs. Because fuck Embiid, I'm telling y'all, Embiid can't even make it out of the second round of the playoffs. I'm sad. It's just bound to happen. It's written in stone. It was foretold. Joel Embiid will not make it out of the second round of the playoffs. Until I see it, I will continue to believe it. But anyway, that's enough basketball talk. We're talking about the video games over here. So let's go over what we're going to be talking about a little bit here on this episode today. We got a big update on Mindseye Studios build a Rocket Boy. Guess what? More layoffs. Fucking broke boy GameStop is trying to buy EA. What the fuck? Apparently it is a thing. Yeah. Sad news to any ball and gun gamers still rocking on the motherfucking PS4. We got some bad news for you here, my boy. Some rumors about a potential Halo remake. We might have more coming in the future, maybe. Good news coming out of Double Fine, as they get some news coming out of there. Resident Evil Requiem just surprisingly dropped a brand new DLC. We got some updates on a potential Switch price increase, and we got some bad news, more bad news for Bungie. Bad news, Bungie, man, I swear. But yeah, and then of course, at the end of everything, we're gonna be talking about some trailers here. Actually, let me go in here because I'm gonna take a few of these off, because we actually got some pretty lengthy videos to talk about when it comes to that. Yeah, 1 minute, that's fine. I gotta keep that one. That was a big one too. We'll keep that one. Look at this one. I'll be careful with it anyway, because we got some pretty lengthy videos we got to go over. Some pretty important big stuff dropped there. So a little shorter on the trailer announcements because we got two pretty lengthy ones that I do want to watch all the way through because I have not seen them. I've seen elements of them, but I haven't seen the whole thing. But yeah, that's everything we're going to be talking about here on this edition of News Drop today. So tune in, sit down, get yourself a snack because we got a lot to talk about today as we transition on over to the news. First story. Mindseye Studio hit with more mass layoffs just as it was promising a turnaround. Roughly 170 members, damn, of Build a Rocket Boy's 250 person staff have been affected. Holy shit. That is bad. That is not good at all. Oh shit. That leaves what? That leaves what? That's just about 100. I'm dumb. I don't do math. 80. Holy shit. Holy shit. That means they have 80 people across the whole fucking studio now. God damn. And remember, this is a second round of layoffs. They already had one that came out right as the game launched, right after the game launched, and it had underwhelming sales. They already let a bunch of people off that first time. Jeez. In the past week, an undetermined number of Build a Rocket Boy staff have been laid off from the Mindseye developer, marking the third time. Oh shit, third. I didn't even know that was a third. God damn, third time in the past year the studio has made staff redundant. However, while the number of employees affected is currently unknown, sources familiar with the restructuring tell Kotaku that roughly 170 members of the studio have been affected by the layoffs, bringing the total number of staff, I didn't even have to do math, they would have told me, somewhere around 80 employees. Jeez. While Build a Rocket Boy has yet to publicly announce the layoffs, several staff members have made posts on LinkedIn confirming they are no longer with the studio, including James Tyler, who is the technical level designer, Tom Cross, the audio designer, Gary Ian Go, QA analysis, and Leah Philpott, level designer. The studio did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Likewise, several members of Build a Rocket Boy's social media team confirmed in posts on the Mindseye Discord that their roles at the studio will be ending this week. Quote, just popping in to share that tomorrow, May 5th, will be my last day working at BARB, stated digital marketing manager George Johns Clother. Quote, it has been an absolute pleasure and a genuine honor to be a part of this community. You folks are some of the kindest, most welcoming, talented, and passionate people I've ever had the privilege of knowing, and I've made every day working on Mindseye feel meaningful and fun. Two separate sources confirmed to Kotaku that as many as 170 employees across the company have been affected. This follows 2 rounds of layoffs at the studio alongside the closure of Build a Rocket Boy France in March of this year. Did I miss that? I think I might have missed that. Co-CEO Mark Gerhard blamed the most recent round of cuts at Build a Rocket Boy on, quote, organized espionage and corporate sabotage. He posted on LinkedIn. Yeah, this nigga's just wildin'. Like, it ain't my fault the game was bad. It's all your fault the game was bad. This is on you. I'm letting go of these people because of you. It's unclear where this leaves the studio moving forward. I'm telling you right now, it's not good. While it has gestured at ambitions of a Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 style turnaround for Mindseye, the recent Blacklist update left players unimpressed. I'm gonna have to look into that. The open world shooter was supposed to be one of the many worlds that would exist in a new high graphical fidelity user-generated content platform that Build a Rocket Boy was working on called Everywhere. One of many worlds that would exist in a new high graphical fidelity user-generated content platform. Quote, those guys were working really hard on it and it didn't pan out how they expected, and how we wished either. Hakan Arabic CEO IO Interactive, which initially distributed Mindseye, said this week. Jesus, hold on, let me see. I want to see something. What that should say? Blacklist update. I swear to God I could type. It's just my hands are not in the right position. Blacklisted. Let's see. Okay, it's a narrative-driven. Is it already out? It was released on April 20th. Okay. Let's see. I want to see what the reception is to it. It's gonna take them a minute to load though. Damn, I would like to move on, but I don't want to. I want us to be a part of the one Mindseye thing here. But yeah, man, I don't know what this CEO is on with this whole fucking. He was saying that from the jump that like the game was targeted, and like there's some people were like sabotaging the game within the industry, and it was a hit job on it. And I'm like, bro, this nigga is crazy. Like I haven't seen anything come from the CEO's mouth that just owns up to, hey guys, the game wasn't where it needed to be. We screwed up. We might have released it a little too early. The game wasn't what we needed. Wasn't what we needed to be, and most importantly, it wasn't what you needed to be. But we take all the blame, and we are going to work. We're going to keep with it and work to make sure that this game can be what we envisioned the game to be in the first place. I don't think he said anything of that nature the entire time. Everything has been, this game was a fucking victim from the jump. All these reviewers were out to get us. Somebody in the industry is trying to sabotage us. I'm gonna find out who it is, because this is bullshit. It's like, nigga, what the fuck? There's no accountability at all. Let's see. Okay, I played the Mindseye DLC. That was supposed to expose sabotage. It just got a painfully bad mission. Like this is a desperate publicity stunt. That doesn't attempt to fix Mindseye's real problems, which is another thing. It seems like he's so there, which is crazy. If this it was literally the DLC, just a whole story of what this nigga thinks happened to the game, and somehow in doing this, they still aren't fixing the actual problems. If he was to deal with a bad video game launch, some studios dedicate themselves to rehabilitating a bad game they still believe in. Others cut their losses and move on to the next project. Knowing now what not to do next time, or you can do whatever Mindseye is doing instead. After the launch, a typical flop turned into a circus over the course of 9 months. Rather than taking a loss with grace, Bungie began spreading conspiracy theories that the game was sabotaged by internal and external forces. That's just what I said. Studio co-CEO Mark Gerhardt went as far as to suggest that some of the negative reception to the game was being financed by malicious actors. A tantalizing mystery rose from a flop that was far more interesting than Mindseye ever was. Who wanted to kill Mindseye and why? Let's see. They promised to deliver some of those answers in the game's first DLC expansion, Blacklisted. Gerhardt has spent the last month hyping up the shooter's new mission as a must-see event, claiming it would contain real evidence of sabotage. He even teased that it would include the names of the people involved. What the fuck? Okay, results were done. Gerhardt's salacious comments have proven to be little more than a cynical marketing tactic for Poultry Mission that doesn't attempt to address any. So this nigga did all that bullshit just to hype up a fucking DLC that was fucking as bad and as boring as the actual fucking game. Aside from peppering in a few poorly coded references to real people, the only thing that's shocking about Blacklisted is how boring it is. My goodness, if I had a fucking soundboard, I'd play that. Boo, this man. Shout out to me, my old soundboard. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. In Blacklisted, you play as a brand new super spy named Julia Black. She works for an agency called Meridian, sent to the Las Vegas-inspired Red Rock to assassinate 2 people behind a new designer drug. The spy mission plays out like a repurposed hitman mission as Julia bounces between a few locations, gathers intel, executes bad guys. She learns that there's a much bigger conspiracy happening behind the scenes that's bigger than euphoria-laced drugs. Intrigued yet? No. See the first few minutes of the DLC. We're actually seeing back further. Start with the trailer for the DLC, which features its own glitzy bomb thing. Okay, we need to talk about that. Upon loading the mission, you'll be met with a screen in front of you that you cannot save at any point during. What the fuck? You cannot save at any point, and you'll lose all progress when you exit the game. Okay, well, it's less than an hour, so okay. That sounds rather unsustainable for a big DLC. Did you have to pay for this too? Was this DLC free? That's because Build a Rocket Boys intends that you'll play over and over again and rank up a high score during a playthrough and reach the top of the leaderboards. The real red flag in the DLC is the DLC's opening cinematic where voiceover sets the stage. If it's not an AI voice reading the script, then the actor behind it deserves a Game Award for Best Performance. Okay, I ain't gonna read all this. Basically, they're saying that the whole fucking DLC is just fucking boring. They hyped it up. All this hype about it being internal sabotage seemed to have just been a fucking ploy for them to just do this shit. What the fuck? Like Mindseye itself, all this painfully stupid. Blacklist is a petty diss track that hardly delivers any substantial bars. Imagine if Kendrick spent the entirety of Not Like Us complaining about Drake's shoes. It reeks of desperation coming across as Build a Rocket Boy trying to turn controversy into a juicy tabloid story that would sell copies of the game. Okay, it was free at least. Damn, bruh. Yes. The whole appeal of Blacklist is seeing one of the weirdest PR cycles of video game history build a bizarre in-game crash out. Unfortunately, Geralt is one hell of a marketer. Blacklisted isn't full of real documents showing evidence that Mindseye was sabotaged. The only real hint we get towards real-life studio drama is Julia's handler rambling about how there is a mole within Meridian who stole data from the company. The language matches what Bungie has said about Build a Rocket Boy, but hardly new insight. So that wasn't even anything in the game. That was all bullshit. Wow. Again, this I ain't gonna lie. Not only is Mindseye going to be one of the worst fucking games to come out, Build a Rocket Boy might be going down as one of the worst fucking studios to ever make a fucking game. And again, not the fault of any of the developers. A lot of that shit just seems like it's going to come down to fucking Gerhard and the other nigga. What's his name? Benzie's. And that's another thing that really sucks about game development. I was talking about this earlier. I watched a video earlier today where it was like game reboots that didn't work out. And legitimately, most of those were just simply due to the fact that the developers wanted to make one thing, but the publishers wanted something else. The biggest one that comes to my mind was this game called what was it called? It's based off of like this PC game. Syndicate, I think that was it. Yeah, it was this old PC game in '93, and then they remade it in 2012. But EA wanted them to. This was during like the height of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare popularity, so they wanted something like that and completely change the way the game was. And what happened? It didn't work. Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom was supposed to be something completely different, but I think Sega made a deal with Nintendo to get what the fuck was it called? Synergy? Ain't that what it's called? Yeah, it was the original thing for this game. But then they entered this deal with Nintendo for a 4-game exclusivity deal. And unfortunately, Synergy was on that. So because of that, they had to make the game for the fucking Wii U, which means every early idea that they wanted to do was supposed to be like 4-player co-op, big world with a focus on like exploration. It was supposed to tell like the origins of Sonic, and Sonic's relationship with Dr. Eggman and all that shit. But then they made this deal with Nintendo, so the game had to come out to the Wii U, which means they had to drastically downgrade everything, and that's how we eventually wound up with fucking Sonic Boom. So it's like a lot of these games don't work, but unfortunately it's always the fucking developers who get punished and are left without jobs, while the motherfuckers like the Benzes and the Gerhards, you know, are fucking walk away unscathed and maybe and continue to make dumbass decisions. So it's one thing that really sucks. Speaking of dumbass decisions, GameStop offers to buy EA for $56 billion to create a legitimate competitor to Amazon. The CEO of the video game retailer turned Pokemon card shop, that they call them Pokemon card shop, has big plans. Perhaps in an attempt to expand their Pokemon trading card empire, video game retailer GameStop is trying to acquire e-commerce platform eBay. From surviving COVID to meme stock, to surviving COVID on meme stock, to banking on the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, to potentially owning eBay, GameStop's had quite the run. On Sunday, May 3rd, GameStop made an offer to buy eBay for $125 a share, which comes down to about $55.5 billion in total. As EA stock price closed at $104 USDA on Friday, May 1st, GameStop is offering a 20% premium share. This whopping sum is to be paid 50% in cash, 50% in stock, as GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen explains in an open letter to eBay's board of directors. As stated by Cohen, GameStop already has a 5% economic stake in eBay. He goes on to mention that since 2021, GameStop has gone from a $381 million net loss to $418 net income. And should the bid be accepted, GameStop's approximately 1,600 US locations give eBay a national network for authentication, intake, fulfillment, and live commerce. Cohen promotes himself as the CEO of the combined corp. In an interview with Wall Street, Cohen said he wants to turn eBay into a legitimate competitor for Amazon. If eBay's board of directors is unreceptive to his plans, he won't shy away from a proxy fight. eBay has not made any public statement concerning the offer at the time of this writing. The unbinding and unsolicited offer from eBay may come as a bit of a surprise, given that eBay's market value is at $46 billion, whereas GameStop's is around $12 billion. So how the fuck can they afford that shit? But the proposal is even more surprising concerning GameStop's financial struggles that accumulated in the 2021 meme stock madness, when Reddit users decided to en masse to buy GameStop stock in an attempt to save the video game stores from going under. So yeah, and I think there was just some news that what's his name? Andy Cohen? That's not his name. What the hell is his name? Ryan Cohen. There's also news that Ryan Cohen is like selling his own personal fucking video game collection to get up the money to possibly buy EA. Let me see. EA bans GameStop CEO account after he listed store sign to fund his EA. Yeah, so he's been trying to sell shit on eBay in order to raise the money to buy eBay. Let's see. It looks like nobody will buy Cohen's stocks for he was selling his stocks for $14,000. The CEO of GameStop posted on X Wednesday night that his eBay account has been permanently suspended because the platform said it put the eBay community at risk. Cohen claims that he had 36 items listed on it, including PSA graded sports trading cards, meaning they've been verified, and some video game collectibles. Yeah, but it also listed GameStop related merch such as GameStop mug for over $3,000, a mouse pad for $1,500. It would look like a pair of used socks for over $14,000. So this nigga is using eBay to sell shit so you can get more money so you can buy eBay. That's so fucking stupid. But yeah, again, I don't know how the fuck they're gonna afford to do this. Again, eBay is worth fucking damn near more than 3 times as much as fucking it's fucking GameStop is. So how they gonna afford this shit? I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Every time, I swear, it's always some news that comes out that reminds you that I keep saying EA. That reminds you that GameStop is indeed not dead. I don't fucking know how, but they aren't, and they still doing their thing. So I don't know. This is fucking funny, bro. This is funny as hell, bro. All right, next up. If you still call the PS5 and the Xbox Series next gen, I got some bad news for you. Especially if you're a ball and gun gamer who's doing that. Call of Duty will no longer release on last gen consoles. Yes, there's last gen consoles. Over a decade on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles, the Call of Duty franchise is finally leaving that generation behind. In a post on social media on Monday, Activision confirmed that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, or whatever the game is going to be titled, is not in development for the PS4. This is a debate of when the series will finally move on. Quote, "I'm not sure where this one started, but it's not true," the official Call of Duty account posted. "The next Call of Duty is not being developed for the PS4. Rumors of the next game in the series coming to last-gen systems began over the weekend when Call of Duty leaker Alaxis, said the Modern Warfare 4 was currently being play tested on the PS4. This post from Activision should pour water on those flames. And though it doesn't outright say it's not in development on Xbox One, either it's unlikely that they will release it on one system and not the other." Yeah, they're just saying that because they mentioned PS4 and pretty much, PS4 outsold the Xbox, so we already know how that goes. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 hasn't officially been revealed yet, so the name is still unconfirmed. However, all of that is expected to come this summer, likely during the Xbox Game Showcase in June. What has been confirmed is the fact that Call of Duty will no longer release day and date on Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So there you go. Again, if you're still on your PS4, still a PS4 ball and gun hopeful, just know your premier crackhead, the dealer is not serving you this time around. They is not coming to the PS4. They're moving on. God damn, it took them 6 damn years to do it. But they finally doing it. Which is funny because we're starting to see more and more evidence that even the developers are ready to move on from the last gen consoles. There was the whole thing that Sony themselves were sending messages to PS4 users about moving on to the PS5. Hold on, let me see something. Because I think GTA has been emailing PS4 users about getting upgrading to a PS5. Yeah, here it is. Okay, it's Sony doing it. Sony is telling PS4 users to buy a PS5 for GTA 6. They're using fucking GTA 6 as a means to get you to finally fucking upgrade your console. It's crazy. So it seems like industry-wide we're at the point where we're trying to move past last year, which is crazy because we're already hearing rumors of next-gen consoles. Granted, with the current state, with the Ramageddon and the war in the Middle East, that might be delayed for a bit, but we are still on the verge of these next gen consoles. So Xbox has already announced that they are working on Project Helix. We know Xbox 7 might be in the works. Xbox, god damn it, PlayStation 6. There we go. So there you go. All right, speaking of Xbox stuff, Halo and Halo 2 remakes are coming, report says. Do I need to zoom this in a little bit? Pretty good. In addition to the upcoming Halo Combat Evolved remake called Campaign Evolved, Microsoft is definitely working on remakes of 2 and 3, and they are in active development according to a reputable leaker. Rebs Gaming reported this recently, adding that these games are moving ahead regardless of how well Campaign Evolved does. The reported remakes of Halo 2 and 3 are in early development, the report said, as relayed by Eurogamer. These games, if real, will join a third unannounced Halo game that is said to be a Fortnite-like live service multiplayer game. For now, it's all confirmed that Halo Campaign Evolved, which releases later this year on the Xbox Series S and X, PS5, and PC. It's a remake of the 2001 original Halo game, and it's actually the game. The fucking how wild it is to see that Halo's coming on PS5. My brain immediately just did not see that PS5 was here, and I went right to the fucking Xbox. This is actually the game's second updated version following the Combat Evolved Anniversary, which released in 2011. A remaster of Halo 2, Halo 2 Anniversary released in 2014, and Halo 3, however, has yet to be remade or remastered. GameSpot commented that Microsoft seeking comment on this rumor. Campaign Evolved includes an updated version of the original game's campaign featuring new prequel missions, though there is no multiplayer support. Fans have pieced together clues and deduced that the game could release in July. The Halo series will be on PS5 going forward, and that's a big change for the formerly Xbox exclusive franchise. Quote, "We're just super excited to be able to welcome even more players now into the franchise we love, to fall in love with Halo the same way we did all those years ago." Halo's Brian Jarrett said, It's really a new era. Halo is on PlayStation going forward, started with Halo Campaign Evolved. I'm not surprised. Yeah, if they're remaking the first one, I'm not surprised that they're going to probably be remaking 2 and 3 as well, especially to get them on the PS5 as well. So not surprised. So we'll see if any announcement fully comes, but it seems like it's just a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. It's just the rumors do come from a apparently reliable source. All right, it's some shit I just found this fucking hilarious. Cosplaying gamers will raid EA HQ to protest the Saudi Arabia $55 billion buyout. A movement known as Players Alliance HQ will storm EA's California headquarters on May 11th. Oh, this shit is tomorrow. To reveal a 50-foot scroll with over 70,000 signatures. So chances are, if this happens, by the time this video comes out, this will have already happened. So that shit would be fucking hilarious. In the wake of Saudi Arabia's leveraged buyout of EA for $55 billion, gamers upset by the takeover are planning to protest the publisher's Redwood, California headquarters on May 11th in cosplay. A movement known as Players Alliance HQ has announced its intent to raid EA's headquarters on May 11th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern, so it's like 3 for me. The goal is to denounce Saudi Arabia's public investment fund buyout of the publisher, with cosplaying gamers planning to unravel a 50-foot scroll of over 70,000 petition signatures on the Madden football field at the center of the campus. There's a fucking Madden football field? There appears to be a whole performance involved in the protest as well, with gamers dressing in suits and top hats portraying the corporate villains behind the deal. Further, a giant health bar prop will slowly deplete as supporters digitally engage with the protest, and a loot box demonstration will reveal a range of prizes like mass layoffs, studio closures, and aggressive monetization. This shit is hilarious. According to the press release, Players Alliance HQ fears that should the $55 billion deal go through, which will saddle EA with $20 billion in debt, the company could face pressure of job cuts, replacing play. I'm not even gonna say that that shouldn't even be in there. That will indeed happen. We see it countless amount of times when things change hands and there's a takeover. The first thing they do is they change out the leadership and they change the fucking staff. I actually witnessed this firsthand. I was working at a restaurant. It was a restaurant attached to a hotel. It was a Hilton hotel. And I worked in a restaurant that was attached to it. And the restaurant changed hands. It went from a Hilton to a DoubleTree. And when that change happened, again, the first thing they did is that they cleaned out all of the senior staff of the job. All of the people who were literally there for decades. My grandmother worked at that fucking. By the way, it was my grandmother worked there for. I want to want to say 50, but that's probably wrong. I think she worked there for at least like 20 to 30 years. My entire life, she worked there. I joined that bitch when I was in college. So I was in like my 20s. So she worked there for a bare minimum 20 years. She worked there. And they got rid of her. They got rid of a lot of the senior staff. My entire family worked in that. My grandmother worked there. My mom eventually ended up working there. My uncle worked there for a time, in his younger years. My great aunt worked there for a while. Yeah, and then fucking I worked there for a little bit. So like literally the family ties were in that place. But the first thing they did was they changed up the senior staff. And then eventually they changed up the heads of departments. And then eventually they changed out everybody. They was like, we're going to redesign the restaurant. So when we redesign this restaurant, y'all gonna close down for a little bit. Y'all gonna be laid off, but we'll contact you when we're ready to open again. Never got the call back, which I fucking expected. So yes, that will indeed happen. If this still happens and department and leadership changes, they will indeed be a lot of, especially again, $20 billion in debt. They're going to be they're going to be cutting resources to make sure they hoard and save up, cost-cutting measures. So yes, that is indeed what will happen. Replacing employees with AI institute price hikes to recoup the loss of the buyout. Quote, EA, one of the world's largest video game publishers, is the target of a proposed $55 billion leverage buyout that would hand 93% of ownership to Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. Controlled by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, with the remaining stake split between Silver Lake and Jared Kushner's Infinity partner. That's also a fucking problem too. Fucking Trumper humper right there. Players Alliance HQ wrote the deal will place $20 billion in debt directly into EA, a common private equity tactic that shifts financial risk onto the acquired company rather than the buyers. Yeah. According to a December 25 Wall Street report, a private equity firm's Affinity Partners and Silver Lake will own 1.1% and 5.5% of EA, respectively, with the PIF owning a majority. As a result, the PIF would have to fund almost the entirety of the deal. However, as we reported in November based on the New York Times finding, the PIF would be facing cash problems. Yeah, they're going through their own problems right now. This war in the Middle East got them fucked up. They're cutting a lot of shit. They just cut that fucking, that soccer league that they started that kind of fucked up the soccer league here in the States. But yeah, they had to shut that down. Because this war is, there's no oil moving, which is there's no oil moving, they're not making money. So they put a lot of money into shit. So yeah. Still, the deal, which was revealed in September 2025, requires approval from the Federal Trade Commission and the Committee on Foreign Investments in the U.S. Regardless, it demonstrates Saudi Arabia's continued investment in the gaming industry as the PIF owns or has invested in myriad gaming companies from Capcom to SNK to Nintendo. A live stream of the protest will take place on D&D and Warhammer Twitch streamer Slayer Case's channel. I'm gonna have to check that out. My phone's charging. So there you go. I'm very much going to be paying attention to see if this shit happens. We might have, when this video comes out, we might have to, I might have to record a little update thing to put at the end of this to kind of go over what happened, if it actually did happen. All right, up next, Double Fine workers filed to unionize. There's some good news here. Double Fine Productions, known for the Psychonauts series and more recently Kiln, has filed a petition to unionize. The studio is currently owned by Microsoft, but on May 7th, employees filed a petition with the National Labor Relations Board, making their intent to unionize clear. According to the filing, 42 employees work at the Microsoft-owned studio. That number includes all regular part-time and full-time employees. The union is being formed in conjunction with the Communications Workers of America. In 2025, the CWA helped establish an industry-wide union, United Video Game Workers. That particular union, which is a direct joint union, is for workers in the industry who have been laid off or aren't employed at any specific studio. Now, Double Fine has become the latest Microsoft-owned studio to see its workers unionized. All right. In a statement released to Aftermath, which exclusively broke the news, the CWA touted the move as an effort to preserve and extend the studio's commitments to, among other things, diversity and inclusion. Oh no, the DEI's back. They're trying to retain the DEI. The woke mind virus has infected Double Fine. Not my psychonauts. They also thank Microsoft for taking a neutral approach to the news and not interfering with workers' rights to unionize. Yeah, fucking rock star. Quote, on May 7th, the workers at the Microsoft studio Double Fine Productions announced their decision to form a union with the CWA and preserve and extend the studio's commitments to creative excellence, diversity and inclusion, and worker quality of life. The statement reads, in tandem with requesting voluntary recognition from the company, workers have also filed an election petition with the National Labor Relations Board to secure union representation. We appreciate that Microsoft has taken a neutral approach and agreed not to interfere in any way with the workers' right to organize unions. The CWA is no stranger to Microsoft. In July of last year, they stated that they were disappointed in the tech conglomerate's decision to lay off thousands of workers at a time when this company was prospering. Double Fine released Kiln. Oh, that's out already, huh? So there you go. Hey, good for them. Hope they do it because, hey, workers' rights is always a very important fucking thing. And you know what? Kudos to fucking Microsoft too for not fucking Kudos to Microsoft for not interfering in this shit too. That's dope. All right, next up. Surprise! Capcom just added a free roguelike mode to Resident Evil Requiem. Leon Must Die Forever is now out now on all platforms. Should you hold over until that big story DLC to hold you over until the big DLC arrives. Resident Evil's Requiem latest update is now available on all platforms. And besides some boring bug fixes, this free patch adds a whole new game mode to Capcom's recently released survival horror game. It's called Leon Must Die Forever, and it's a replayable roguelike action-focused mode starring, you guessed it, Leon S. Kennedy and his quits.
I'll keep our friends busy.
Romeo must die. I mean, Leon must die.
Let's make this quick.
Shit. I gotta put that on right at the very end. Okay, yeah, so it's a roguelike board mode. So if you love the combat in Resident Evil 9, hey, this is available for you. All right, so back in March, just weeks after Resident Evil Requiem lost its universal acclaim, Capcom posted a video message from director Koshi Nakanishi on Twitter teasing story DLC and a new minigame update were coming in the future. Story DLC isn't here yet, but as promised in the video message, it added a new mode on May 8th, and as many others predicted, it's a Mercenaries-like action mode that remixes Leon's levels from the main game into this arcade-like experience about racking up points and unlocking upgrades. I played a bit of the new mode, and while I'm happy to have another reason to go back and play more Requiem, I am a bit confused as to why Capcom left out a lot of original campaign dialogue in this mode. It feels like it could have been easily chopped and removed. It sort of makes this whole thing feel more like a very well-made fan mod instead of a new official mode. Still, anytime I get to kill a ton of monsters and zombies as aging very gracefully, oh yes he is, Leon Kennedy, I'm happy and won't complain too much. It's been a massive success for Capcom, selling 60 million copies. Okay, yeah, we're just yapping here. I'll be curious to see if Capcom plans to support the Game Pass's already announced story DLC. But even if that is the last big update between the main game, the new arcade mode, and all the other extras, Requiem is going to end up being one of the best and most well-supported single-player video games released in 2026. Yeah, Capcom's on the roll. Pragmata, Fire, this was great. I heard that Monster Hunter little game got some good reviews too. So Capcom's on a little bit of a roll here. Who's not on a roll? Nintendo. No, I'm just playing. The Switch 2 is getting a price increase. Nintendo has announced that it will be raising the price of the Switch 2, citing changes in market conditions, aka RAM, and there's a fucking war going on in the Middle East, so everybody's fucking shipping boats, they ain't moving no fucking where. The new price will take effect in Japan first and extend to other regions. So let's see. So this goes into effect on May 25th. The new prices for the Switch 2 and models of the original Switch will be as well. They're also price updating the Switch 1. Switch 2 will jump up to this number, 59,980 yen. It's about it's a 10,000 yen increase. The price of the Switch 2 multi-language systems available from My Nintendo will remain the same. The OLED jumps up again about 10,000 yen, so 47,980. The regular ass old fucking Switch 1 is also jumping up 10,000 yen, 43,980, and then the Switch Lite is going up about 8,000 yen. About 8,020, about 8,002 yen. It doesn't have what the okay, US is down here. On July 1st, the price of the Switch Online subscribers will increase in Japan. Nintendo is planning to do the same in South Korea at an unknown date, but it's not announced that these new price tiers will extend to other regions. You can read more about the pricing of on the website. Alright, so here it is for the US, Canada, and Europe. This is going to an effect of September 1st, so you got a couple months. In US, the Switch is jumping up to $500. Is it Switch 2? Yeah, Switch 2. Okay. US is going up to $500. It's currently $450. In Canada, it's jumping up to about $680. It's about $630 now. Europe is jumping up to, again, $500. It's currently about $470 right now. It's worth noting that the new price for the standalone Switch 2 in the US is now the same as the Mario Kart World Bundle, which means the price of that is probably going up too. Which Nintendo stopped making last December. Oh, they don't make it anymore. And is now available in limited quantities, if at all. Nintendo also states that price revisions are planned for other non-specific regions, but has not confirmed the details. Today's news comes after Nintendo announced Switch 2 sales are nearing 20 million units sold, though the company expects sales to decline in the next fiscal year. Yeah, because they pretty much know that anybody who really desperately wanted a Switch 2 was already going to buy one. Now it's about appealing to the people who are on the fence about it, and they already know that with the price increase and with the current state of affairs right now, they're probably not going to move. They're probably not going to move too many of them. Given that the Switch 2 launched globally on June 5th, 2025, Japanese players will have to continue with a more expensive console less than a year into its life cycle, with other regions following suit a few months later. If you're an American, Canadian, European who plan on purchasing Switch 2, hasn't pulled the trigger, you have roughly 4 months to grab the system at its current price. Yes, you hear that? So if you want a Switch 2, but you've been on the fence, but you know you were going to get one, you might want to get one before the September price increase. I ain't gonna lie, I just got my Switch maybe like 2 years ago, Switch 1. So I haven't really been gung-ho about getting a Switch 2. Granted, the Switch 2 also has an outstanding thing that really makes me want to go out and get one. I was saying the Star Fox, if a new Star Fox and that Ocarina of Time remake were real, that might have motivated me in thinking about getting one. We do know we got a Star Fox. It's not a new Star Fox, but it's a Star Fox. We'll get on that later. But no Ocarina of Time so far. The Switch 2 was the last holdout of the new wave of video game hardware prices raising occurring over the last year. The PS5 and Xbox Series have risen in price more than once over the last 8 to 10 months, and the original Switch became more expensive in the US last year. PC players have had to contend with the price hikes, the shortage of RAM and other components, which have been some of the primary culprits for the video game hardware going up in price across the board. Among other economic factors, aka that stupid ass war they got in the Middle East. For more recent Nintendo news, legendary director Takashi Tezuka announced his retirement. And earlier this week, Nintendo revealed a remake of the Star Fox 64 coming to Switch 2 in June. We'll get on that in the video portion. So yeah, Switch 2 price increase. It ain't been out a year and it's already going up in price. Meanwhile, the Switch 1 also going up in price after being out of the market for like, what, a decade at this point? It's fucking crazy. All right, and for our final story, Sony marks massive loss on Bungie as Marathon struggles. The PlayStation maker recorded a $565 million impairment on Bungie acquisition this quarter. Sony's $3.6 billion buyout of Bungie is not going well for the PlayStation maker. As reported in Sony's latest earnings, Bungie's owner recorded a 88.6 billion yen, or $565 million impairment loss against the developer behind Marathon and Destiny 2. That whopping figure is included in Sony's fourth quarter earnings, which ended on March 31st, or about 4 weeks after Marathon launched. They might explain it here, but from what I understand, it's saying to me, an impairment loss means that they already knew that they were going to be taking a loss, So they set a number on what that loss was. An impairment loss means that the actual loss that actually happened was no fucking where near what they thought it was going to be. It is substantially over what they estimated their losses were going to be. So say they were like, yeah, we estimate a loss of about, we estimate a loss of somewhere between 120 to 140 million dollars. And they go, oh, okay, you know what? That sucks, but you know what? It's at least manageable. We know we know what's happening. We know that's how much it is. It's manageable. Just for the final numbers to finally come out, and it turns out you were way. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. This is why I need a fucking soundboard or a fucking video board or something. Shit. Where is it? The Paul George, way off.
Electric. Golden State always a tough cover with back-to-back games against the Warriors, and a depleted Denver squad gives credit to the players who played. They were phenomenal. Damn,
that wasn't it. It was like Paul George, like Paul George, way off. Well, look, I ain't gonna say it happened now. I don't know how his numbers is in this game. How did he do in this game? Today versus Knicks. He didn't do terrible. Actually, no. Fuck, that's his minutes. I was like, oh, he didn't do terrible. 27 points, 7 rebounds, Way off P strikes again. Not playoff P. Way off P strikes a fucking again. Minus 35. Holy shit. How I go back over? There we go. 27 minutes, 7 points, 3 from 7 from the field, 1 from 4 for 3. Jeez. 1 rebound, 2 assists, minus 35. Way off P, everybody. But anyway, for the full year, Sony marked about a $768 million impairment loss against Bungie. Because I think that also extends to before. I skipped this part, by the way. That whopping figure is included in Sony's fourth quarter earnings, which ended on March 31st, so about 4 weeks after Marathon launch. Quote, earnings from Bungie's title portfolio did not reach our expectations. So we downwardly revised our business plan and impaired the full amount of the fixed assets related to Bungie, except for goodwill. Sony CFO and corporate executive officer Lynn Tao said in comments, according to the Investopedia, an impairment refers to an unexpected and permanent drop in a fixed or tangible asset value to a market value less than that's less than what's recorded on the company's balance sheet. That amount is recorded as a loss on the income statement. In other words, Bungie's value is much less than what Sony paid for. Yeah. So it's fucking Bungie with the goddamn finesse of the century. They got bought for fucking $3.3 billion and have provided nowhere near that amount for return of investments for Sony. Bungie's latest game, Marathon, launched on March 5th and has struggled to find the success that the developer's Destiny games did. On Steam, Marathon peaked at 77,000 concurrent players in its first month and is now hovering between 4,000 and 17,000 concurrent players based on data from Steam charts. I do want to point this out right off the bat. This does not mean, I know a lot of motherfuckers are going to try to take it that way. This does not mean Marathon was a bad game. Again, from the people who played it and stuck with it, they liked the game. It is a good game. It's still managing 14 to 17,000 players. The problem is not Marathon performance as a game. The issue is Marathon's performance in conjunction to where Bungie currently stands. Bungie needed a knock it out the park win to make up for the amount of money they've been bleeding for Sony. And unfortunately, Marathon was not that. Marathon, first of all, is an extraction shooter, which is already niche. And not only on top of that, it's also a hardcore extraction shooter, which makes it even more niche. Like fucking, what's the game called? The other Arc Raiders. Massive success even as an extraction shooter, but Marathon is a lot more hardcore than that one is. That's pretty casual compared to Marathon. It's found a player base. It's just unfortunate that player base is nowhere near what they need it to be. Destiny 2 peaked at 316,000 players on Steam at its height, according to Steam charts. Despite largely positive reviews from critics and players, Marathon has not found a large mainstream audience. That's the problem. They needed something that had a lot of mainstream appeal, and unfortunately, Marathon is not it. It's found its hardcore audience, which is good, but it needed more than that. Sony's talent now is at the game's performance in initial comments, imitating that Sony remains committed to Marathon's ongoing development. Quote, player reception in Marathon is strong, with the game receiving a Metacritic score of 82 and more than 90% of the player reviews on Steam being positive. Engagement metrics such as retention also remain at a high level. Going forward, we aim to improve the performance of the game by working to retain highly engaged core users through the introduction of additional content, further improvements in the gameplay experience, and expand the user base. In one of the recent concessions for Marathon players, Bungie has made one of the game's best sponsored Choir Archive kits a free weekly download. So yeah, basically they're saying Destiny 2 is dying. It ain't making it. It's nowhere near the height it was when Sony first bought Bungie. It's nowhere near what they thought they were getting when they first purchased Bungie. And then with the amount of losses they've suffered from Destiny 2, they needed Marathon to come out and be a knock it out of the park win. Unfortunately, the game that they made did not reflect that. Again, not saying anything. Marathon, for all intents and purposes, Marathon is a good game. It's a good, solid game. I know some people, especially on the internet, gonna try to make it seem like this is why fucking they don't want more live service games. This is why Bungie's the new Marathon's the new Concord. Marathon's found its core audience, and that's important. And it's actually a very healthy core audience for a game. Unfortunately, this is like the numbers, like fucking what's the game that came out? The other one, Highguard. This is like the numbers Highguard would have needed to achieve. Like a small indie game, online indie game. This is like overachieving from them. This is really good for Bungie, but with the amount of money that they are bleeding from Sony, it was not enough. That's why I say Bungie had the finesse of the century. Bungie shelled out, Sony shelled out all that money to buy them just for them to, it's now bleeding them fucking damn near dry. It's fucking insane. And again, I don't know how they're gonna turn this around. They have, and this is what another thing that sucks. Due to the fact that Bungie has 2 live service games on the market right now with Destiny 2 and Marathon. I don't know if they have the time or the resources to even try and do something else now. They have to stick with these 2 now. Again, I could be wrong, but they got 2 live service games on their plate. Live service games take a shit ton of attention. And they can't just leave. They will have to completely abandon one if they want to, I feel, if they want to go on to do something else. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm feeling right now. So, yeah. Bungie is not making money right now, and it's hurting Sony because Sony has a massive fucking gaping wound of just bleeding money. So what does this mean for Bungie going forward? I don't know. I will say it's not a good sign. It's a yellow sign. It's a yellow flag right now that we might have to be worried for Bungie in the future. But anyway, that is it for our news stories. Now we move on to our trailers. I've had my fan off the entire time recording all 3 of these videos. It's hot as hell. I'm finna turn it back on. Luckily, we watch the trailers, so I ain't gotta worry too much about me yapping too much now. So, give me a minute here. All right, let's get into some trailers. We got 2 pretty lengthy ones. I got them at the start and the end. That was just, your regular kind of shorter, regular kind of trailers we're going. But we're gonna start with the Star Fox Direct. This is that article mentioned before. This is the Star Fox remake, the Star Fox 64 remake for the Switch 2. I've seen images. I couldn't ignore them. I haven't seen the video. I haven't seen any of the actual gameplay stuff. But I've seen the images of Fox. It's rough, man. It's a rough, man. It don't look good. It don't look good. But let's see how the gameplay at least looks. All right, 4K. We're gonna watch this in enhanced speed because this is 16 minutes. All right, so we're gonna watch this at let's do 3:3. Let's do 3. All right, here we go.
Hello everyone, I'm Shigeru Miyamoto. Last month, we released the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which was enjoyed by many people around the world. To everyone who saw it in theaters, thank you very much. The movie features a certain character who isn't part of the Super Mario series.
Why is a princess trying to go to the most dangerous place in the galaxy? Who are you? Don't ask me personal questions.
And they already spoiled it before the movie came out. Now they spoiling it after the movie came out.
Of the legendary Star Fox team. I only care about 3 things: keeping the Lilat system safe, fighting with my buds, and doing extreme, dangerous barrel rolls. Let's go! Then one day, my warp drive exploded, blew a giant hole in the fabric of space and time, and I got sucked into a different universe. That's what I get for making a frog my engineer. Now I roam your galaxy, trying to find a way home. Doing good.
I think I can breathe in the raw space.
Oh, I also have cool space boots.
Now that's the backstory of the guy who's going to take us to the space junk galaxy.
That's right, the main character from the Star Fox series, Fox McCloud, makes an appearance. Now, Fox and his wingmen return in their own Nintendo Switch 2 game. This game is called Star Fox. And now, I'll pass it over to Koizumi-san. Koizumi-san.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yoshiaki Koizumi. From here on, I will be your host for this presentation. Star Fox is based on the Nintendo 64 game, Star Fox 64, but the visuals have been completely updated. All of the characters in the game have also been redesigned. All right, let's take a look.
The Lilat system.
Atmospheric entry complete. Extend the wings. G diffuser systems check. Sound off, team.
Slippy here. So far, so good.
Oh Lord.
This is Peppy. All systems go.
Falco here.
Peppy don't look that bad.
Seems fine. Let's
Like
go
a
already.
pigeon.
Enemy targets up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
What you're seeing is footage of the game in action. While stage layouts have been kept the same, the visuals have received a major upgrade.
Slippy, stay in formation.
Banter between characters is also back.
Now you've done it, Slippy. Bogey on your tail.
Cover me while I fine-tune my sensors. Oh, you got him? Thanks, Fox.
We need your help, Star Fox.
Hey there, General. You seem a little on edge. But as it happens, my team's...
This is Fox McCloud, leader of the Star Fox Mercenary Squad.
Prep the R-Wings. We've got a job to do, Star Fox.
Chungus
We're gonna take the
Fox,
system
my
back
nigga.
from Andross. One planet at a time.
Falco Lombardi is their ace pilot and Fox's rival.
Sounds perfect. There's no way Andross would expect us to launch an assault there. You up for another challenge, Fox?
Scans are showing unidentified energy emanating from within. Flippy Toad is the team's engineer extraordinaire. Incredible! Do you realize how rare it is to experience a stable warp channel? Did you see the distortions?
That base is the gateway to the wider system, Fox.
And Peppy Hare is their strategic mastermind and veteran pilot.
It's into enemy space. Just this. Hit them quick and hit them hard.
The fate of the Lilat system rests squarely on their shoulders. The R-Wing is a high-performance aerospace fighter piloted by Fox and his crew. It's equipped with a laser. It can also fire charged shots or launch bombs that cover a wide area. The R-Wing can brake, boost,
Space
do a
boost.
barrel roll to repel enemy
Hit a
fire,
barrel roll.
and even somersault. Besides the R-Wing, an agile ground assault vehicle called the Landmaster, and a modified exploratory submersible called the Blue
Okay, yeah,
Marine
land, sea, and air. Oh shit. The goddamn Spectrum. Alright, y'all, we back. I don't know what the fuck happened. My whole fucking the internet just for some reason just wasn't showing up. And it was only for the PC. It wasn't anywhere else. It was just it. But we're back. So let's go ahead and finish this off.
Tory submersible called the Blue Marine can also be piloted, depending on the mission.
Impressive work, Star.
The campaign will take you to diverse planets as you seek out the enemy's stronghold to restore peace in the Lilat system. Corneria is a planet teeming with life and the beating heart of the system. Ficina is a frozen planet with most of its surface covered in ice and snow.
It's your own target, Fox.
Solar is the Lilat system's scorching hot second star. And Zones is a deserted, polluted ocean planet that was stripped of all its natural resources.
Cool your jets, Cat.
There's also an asteroid field to navigate.
Persistent laser tech!
And the inside of a nebula. From
I've
planet
never
surfaces
played,
to outer space, a variety of stages of
The only
orbit.
Star Fox game I played is Star Fox
With
Adventures.
free-flying
for the
dogfights in
GameCube.
all range mode.
Don't let anything through.
And massive boss battles. You can look forward to intense aerial combat.
We did. All units, disengage.
Depending on the objectives you complete, the number of enemies shot down, and other factors, the route you take through the system may change.
So you can lose, you can fail the objective and it'll still continue. Is that what they're saying?
Shot down, and other factors, the route you take through the system may change. Replay stages with a different approach to find ways through that are off the beaten path.
You'd better be right about this, Falco.
I say we trust Falco's instincts.
You worry about your own.
Plenty of new cutscenes have also been added. These include never-before-seen mission briefings between stages, allowing you to learn more about the characters and the Star Fox universe.
Fall in, team. How are we doing?
You can choose between easy, normal, and expert difficulty settings. When playing on easy difficulty, your shield gauge will be longer, and your lasers will remain powered up, making it ideal for novice pilots. In challenge mode, you can replay stages you've already cleared. Complete a variety of objectives that bring new challenges to each mission that you won't find in the campaign.
Defend the Allied fleet. Don't let any of them pass us.
We'll find out
From
from
Mario, the next is like,
Take on these challenges on either normal or expert difficulty. Battle mode puts you in 4 versus 4 dogfights. Players are split between Team Star Fox and Team Star Wolf, then compete to earn the most points by clearing missions and taking down foes. You can select from 3 stages, each with its own rule set. Take out opponents and seize control of the zone around the satellite towers on Corneria.
Star Fox completed the objective.
Collect as many energy crystals as you can while dodging meteorites on Ficina. Or retrieve cargo from space pirates and take it to your base in Sector Y.
Star Fox completed the objective.
You can create private matches with your friends online, or match up with random players from around the world, making for a variety of ways to join team battles. Plus, if one person has the game, up to 4 players can take to the skies locally with GameShare. Or online, using GameShare via Game Chat.
Holy shit, look at the, look at the fucking resolution in these damn things. Yeah. Why would you want to watch that?
By holding your Joy-Con 2 controller like a mouse, you can seamlessly swap to mouse-controlled targeting for intuitive aiming and steering.
Slippy, stay in formation. Now you've done it, Slippy. Bogey on your tail.
By sharing one of the Joy-Con 2 controllers with a second player, you can split pilot and gunner duties in co-op.
We're entering Corneria City now.
That's pretty cool.
Andros sure has trashed the place.
I'll target the lights on the left. You guys go right.
Get the trap. Take him down.
Don't crawl back under your top.
A swarm of lowly flies. Get ready, team. We're approaching Venom airspace.
What did you think? As you just saw, Fox and Company have a more animal-like design in this game.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
Reborn exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2 system, Star Fox launches June 25th. By the way, this game also supports character
month.
avatars, which let you change your face in game chat to look like a character. Like this. How do I look? It doesn't just capture your head movement, but your mouth movement, blinks, and your eyebrow movement as well. If you have a compatible USB camera, please give it a try. When using character avatars to look like a Star Fox character, friends playing other games can also see your new look. But this game also supports the Nintendo 64 controller. Those who played the Nintendo 64 version can enjoy controls that feel even closer to the original. Since its debut on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the Star Fox series has had a long legacy on Nintendo platforms. Along that journey, it set out for adventure.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever played.
And join the battle in the Super Smash Bros. Series. We're grateful that you've continued to support the series for more than 30 years. If you've never experienced the series before,
notice they didn't talk about the Wii U, the Wii U game. I didn't see that one there.
Finally, we'll finish this presentation by sharing the game's prologue, which depicts a past battle involving James McCloud, father of the protagonist Fox. Thank you very much.
I didn't know that nigga had a father.
Come in, Star Fox. This is Corneria Defense Force Headquarters. Do you read?
Loud and clear. James McCloud here, General. Star Fox is on approach to Venom. No indications yet of any suspicious activity. We'll let you know what we find.
Proceed with caution. You're the first to set eyes on that place in years. And thank you for accepting this mission, James. You're the only one I can trust.
General Pepper, do you read me? Something's jamming long-range comms. Stay sharp, team.
Are you seeing this, James?
Yeah, he is.
According to my instruments, the atmosphere is highly toxic.
And we're doing this job for next to nothing? We're supposed to be mercs, not chumps.
There's more at stake here than our bottom line, Big Mom.
Yeah, sure.
General Pepper says his people have detected signs of activity on Venom's surface. He's concerned it has something to do with Dr. Andross.
It's been years since Andross was banished here, James. If the atmosphere is poisonous...
All the more reason to figure out what's going on. Dr. Andross made mistakes, and he paid the price for them. But whatever else he is a genius. Maybe he found a way to survive.
Our leader, such a bleeding heart.
No, this nigga betrayed him. This nigga sold him out. I can already tell.
Where'd they come from?
Defensive formation. Pigma, where are you going?
It's like you told me. I'm getting into formation.
What I say? I told you. I was like, oh yeah, he sold them out.
My new boss pays better.
Corneria must suffer. Death to all who stand in the way of my vengeance.
Was that Dr. Andross?
Don't let them escape!
I mean, look, besides all the character design, this shit looks good.
Hey, Peppy, catch!
James!
Peppy, are you there? Come in, Peppy. Do you read me? I'm losing altitude. Peppy, you need to get out of here. Warn the General.
Not without you, James.
That's an order. Peppy, keep an eye on Fox.
No! James! No! Went out like a damn hero. All right, cool. That was the Star Fox thing. Like I said, besides the fucking character designs, I thought it looks pretty clean. It looks pretty nice. I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably would like the whole new Star Fox game as opposed to a remaster of the first one. But as a person who has never even played the first one, Star Fox 64, or any other Star Fox where the focus is the aerial combat, like I said, Star Fox Adventures is the only one I ever played. I actually am interested in it. I actually am interested. I wouldn't mind playing that. Just got to see how the original games were. So I'm interested. Again, I don't know if it's gonna shift me to actually getting a Switch 2 anytime soon, but definitely interested. It looks clean. It looks nice. Again, but like I say, I think a lot of people probably going to prefer a new original game as opposed to a remaster of the old one. Like, why make a new one? You can just remaster the old one. But next up is Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight, the launch trailer.
Hand over the purse and the pearls.
If you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an idea, then you become something else entirely.
And that is...
a legend, Mr. Wayne.
Hey, use the kiss for the rose!
Do you mind if I borrowed these?
Way I see it,
all
this stuff is yours anyway.
I did all right in there, kid.
Oh, wow!
He thinks he works alone, but there's always someone there by his side.
Yeah.
I will take everything from you. Get ready, Gotham, to have a cold heart like mine.
They got a fucking reference of all the fucking movies.
You're welcome.
I can't lie, that shit kind of looks fire. So he said, God damn. That's just like, what, 2 days before 007? Golly. So many games to play, man. I don't know, this shit looks fire. I love the callbacks to all the movies. They even had the fucking Arkham Asylum little fucking detective vision thing on here. This game actually kind of looks fucking fire. Check out the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight launch trailer for this upcoming action-adventure game. The new trailer showcases cinematics and gameplay. Watches Batman, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Jim Gordon, Catwoman, and Talia al Ghul will take on DC supervillains, including Joker, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, Ra's al Ghul, Bane, and more. Available PS5, Xbox Series, PC, and on May 22nd. I'd actually fuck with this. I might actually put this on like a fucking Steam. I'll put on some of my wish list. Wait for a Steam sale. This actually looks kind of fire. Next up, Data's Disco. I'm super excited for this game. I played the demo for this. I fucking loved it. So it's on my radar now. I think it's just released in early access. I don't really believe in early access buying, but it's definitely on my radar now. I forgot I'm still on. I completely forgot I'm still on fucking the high playback speed.
Disco's back, baby.
It's a beat 'em up fighting game, but music plays a massive role, and the combat is actually catered to the BPM of the song choices you pick, and you can import your own music into the game too. So yeah, this shit is fire. It's like Sifu, but it's like Sifu mixed with Hi-Fi Rush. It's actually pretty fire. It's great. Horizon Hunters Gathering. This is that live service Horizon game. They're gonna have another beta test. Beta test on the PS5 and the PC, May 22nd through the 25th. So if you're interested, it's arriving. It is arriving. Yeah, it looks like you already got people already saying, which is crazy. They say they don't want any more live service games, and they all fail. Yet motherfuckers don't get off. Yet fucking Rockstar. I should talk about that in that shit. People will say they don't want any more live service games and how they hate them so much, and yet Rockstar. We've seen Rockstar still makes like $5 million a week from microtransactions from GTA Online. It's crazy. Hyper Yuki. I don't know what this is. Snowboard Syndicate. Don't miss the gameplay trailer for Hyper Yuki Snowboard Syndicate, an anime arcade snowboarding game developed by Wasabi Games. Players will master the slopes across a snowy mountain against fierce competition, master tricks, explore vibrant slopes, and take aim for the highest score. It's going to PC soon. Acclaim is still around? I ain't seen that name in a minute. It's like Jet Set Radio meets SSX. Looks okay. You know, ain't really for me, but you know, it looks alright. Pretty sure some people be into it. Acclaim. I didn't even know Acclaim was still doing shit. Subnautica 2's the early access gameplay trailer.
My job is your life. Find a convenient way to die.
Shout out to Unknown Worlds, man. They won that case. Get the motherfuckers they bonuses.
For the sake of all our sleeping friends, we have to learn how to survive. Good luck.
No one wants to talk about how we got here. All you need to know is, it's a beautiful place to die over and over again.
We've set up a lab here with a few basic biomods. They're safe. But if you start to hear voices, or if you get the urge to swim to the tree, don't go.
Forget your debt. Forget Noah. Forget Altera. Forget the life you imagined. It's all gone now. You're going to die here. And that's all right. Pick the most interesting thing you can see and explore. Wouldn't that set you free? And I know where this mission will end. You'll join us soon enough.
Okay. I've never played Subnautica. I haven't played the first one. But this one looks nice. This one looks cool. The visuals is dope. I like the exploration aspect of it. Also, this is another one of those kind of, I don't know how to spin it. Biomes you kind of don't really get in a lot of games. The up underwater Subnautica kind of environments. That's really cool. Granted, but it does seem to be very heavily on like a resource mining building kind of thing, which is ain't really my bag. But hey, shouts out to motherfucking Unknown Worlds. They won that case. I hope this is the official date that they actually wanted to put out before that motherfuckers tried to interfere and shit. Subnautica 2 is an underwater survival adventure game set on an all-new alien world. It is the next chapter of the Subnautica universe, developed by Unknown Worlds. Driven from your home by ongoing conflict, Altera offers you the chance of a new life. But as the colony ship Cicada shepherds you and your fellow pioneers to your new home, something goes awry. The ship's AI insists that your mission should continue. Stranded and faced with near insurmountable odds, you must do everything in your power to survive. The future of humanity on this world is in your hands. Early access on May 14th. That's in a couple days. I think by the time this video comes out, this will be out. So there you go. All right, next up is NBA The Run that finally got some gameplay trailers. Also, a bunch of influencers finally actually got a chance to play this for a little bit. I've seen a bunch of people play it. Shout out to Dom 2K, the Black Hokage, predominantly are the two people I saw playing it. So there's actually some gameplay out there in the world. If you're interested, you can actually go see. But yeah, we finally got a little gameplay trailer.
Yo,
finally.
yo, pull out the horns, people. Get ready with the drums.
Another fucking
The
quiet ass
Run
trailer.
the World Tournament. Are you ready? Let's go. Vamonos. Waffles and falafel time. Yo, this is a bun with a burger and double cheese. Incoming. We all over the world. Chicago, New York, Beijing,
Seattle Durant?
Toronto, LA, Philly, the Philippines. Where you at? The Whip Hop. Aha, yeah. We got the stars. We got legendary ball players. We got what you want. Oh, yeah. We got turned up status. We got cooking status. Where's your spatula and the olive
James
oil?
Harden, another player fucking shitting the bed in the playoffs right now.
It's like a pizza with no mozzarella cheese, yo, croqueo.
Okay, I see jersey options and shit.
Yo. Get out of here, people. You're not ready for this, you're not ready for nothing. NBA The Run. You on my team? Get busy, yo. Coming June 2026. Wish list.
Slated for June 2026. So there you go. NBA The Run. And from what I understand, they got to temper expectations a little bit. The people who played it, this seems like, and from what I saw, it seems it's less NBA Street. It seems it's more of like to me it looks like more of a combination of NBA. It looks more like NBA Jam. Like a combination of Street and NBA Jam. A little bit more in NBA Jam. I've heard Playgrounds thrown out there too. I didn't play NBA Playgrounds, so I can't say for sure. But yeah, it seems like that. Get ready to run. Check out the fast pace. Yeah, so not really too much. But it looks like they're doing June. Just like they're doing June. Also, yeah, it's like 20 people made this game. Their team is like 20 people large. So it's a very small little indie studio. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I have to remember to wishlist this. Marvel Token. Man, I will say this. I have thoroughly enjoyed the marketing for this game so far. I'm not a big fighting game guy, but I'm a big Marvel fan. There's like 3 big fighting games coming out this year. One is already out, Invisible Versus, but we also have this in the Avatar game. 3 IPs I really do like, but I mean, of course, Marvel is probably like, just like if I was gonna get one, it would be this one, clear cut. But I've loved the marketing they've been doing for this. The little reveal of the individual teams, along with new characters they've been debuting. Granted, I've been just like Paul George. I've been way off on my predictions for the players. Really, that Guardians one really threw me off. Though with Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, and Penny Parker, that one threw me way off. I think the last one was kind of crazy too, right? No, that was the last one, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that was the last one. That one threw me off. So I was like, oh shit, they could. This definitely is a door open. But I already saw who I seen in the thumbnail, but it's my first time actually looking at him. So I was right about one thing, and I was half right about the other one.
Excuse me. Allow me to explain. The challenge of the champion! We have a series of knockouts, and the winner gets a crack at the big guy. All selected leaders have received their invites.
Oh, okay, so look, right there again.
At the big guy.
This is all selected leaders. So you got Storm, because, you know, she was already a character who debuted. And then she debuted the Unbreakable X-Men. Dope-ass lineup, by the way. Spider-Man, he debuted that one team. The Amazing Guardians, like I said, with Penny, Star-Lord, and Miss Marvel.
Leaders have received.
Ghost Rider, we still ain't seen this team yet. That's the one I'm really excited for. That one and this one. Doom also apparently is also leading a team. I'm very excited to see what the roster is for those.
You know what, promoter?
But now we get
this
these
planet
Avengers.
is not your playground.
duty calls, and I answer.
Brian
Tony,
Boone,
let's
not
give your
Robert
suit a
Smith.
workout.
Saving the world? Sure, I got you. Battle mode initiated.
Eric is Captain America.
Let's party.
Iron Man, Josh Keaton.
Dodge this.
You can't fight the future. The rest is up to you, Cap.
That's what, it's always like if Josh Keaton can't be Spider-Man, he's got to be Iron Man.
Catch. Every blow is a strike for justice.
Fred, Hulk. So I was right about this one. It was Hulk did debut. I can already hear it. It's Fred Tatasciore. I can already hear it.
Black man, send Hulk away.
Calm down, Hulk.
Why you no leave Hulk alone? Smash together. Hulk brain shields.
You get him, big guy.
Heal from this, run.
This move is about to be in literally any and everything that the Hulk is a part of in every video game going forward. This is literally his alt in the Marvel Rivals, and now they have it as a move in this game. This is going to be his move in everything.
Prepare yourself! The Panther strikes! Wakanda forever!
And I was half right about this one. I did say Black Panther was an option. I wasn't expecting the Shuri Black Panther.
Wakanda must stand alongside the outer world against this champion. I'm sorry, sister.
As am I, Shuri. Let's fight with everything.
You got this, Shuri.
We're ready for this.
Take it.
Up you go.
Come on, big guy. Get to it.
Hulk stronger than anyone. Hulk smash.
We fight together. We win together.
Fighting Avengers.
Now you will see true strength.
Avengers, assemble. Now the gloves come off.
Champion Buster online Friday. Let's show him something special.
Now strike!
Nice, I like it. So these are the last two teams left. The team led by Ghost Rider and the team led by Doom. As I said, I think this one's clearly going to be some Midnight Suns kind of people here. Who? Don't know. You can see Blade, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange. I think those are like my top 3 choices. Obscure picks, we could get like Nico Minoru. What the fuck is his name? Is his name Brother Voodoo? No. What the fuck is his name? He's the black dude who's also like a mystic magic user. Shit. I can't remember his name. I'm saying Brother Voodoo, but I don't think that's right. I feel like that's a fucking DC guy. No, that is him. Jericho. Yeah, Jericho Drum. Yeah, I feel like it could be him. What did I say? Strange, Blade, Moon Knight, Nico Minoru, Jericho Drum. I feel like Nico and Jericho are like the 2 obscure picks I could think of to probably be in a Midnight Suns thing. This one I feel like it's gonna be a whole villain team because we haven't really gotten too many villains. Any villains at all in this roster pop up so far. Doom, I don't know, Baron Mordo, Magneto, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen any. I don't know if they're going with the Krakoa era X-Men in here. Magneto could be on it. Yeah, I know. There's so many options to pick. I don't know, but I like how each of these trailers is a team that also has, gives a little bit of the story, but also gives new character reveals too. I like all that shit. All right, now this is our last one. This is the special look at Stranger Than Heaven. There was a whole event that took place about the game. This is not the full one. I think this is the one that just has the actual game stuff on it, besides the full stream. I think the full stream is like an hour, but of course most of that is like waiting. This is like 32 minutes. We're going to watch this on 0.5, though. We're going to try to get through this one pretty quickly. But yeah, this is the Stranger Than Heaven. This is that game from the Yakuza developers. 5 cities, 5 eras, 1 show. Xbox presents a special look at Stranger Than Heaven coming May 6th. This happened on May 6th. I'm going to say, wait, what? This shit out already? The broadcast will reveal more on the world, the story, and the intertwined cast and characters from Sega Ryuga Gotoku's Stranger Than Heaven over the course of around 30 minutes. So let's check this out.
登場会。それが俺たちの国だ。
登場会。ほじゃあいよいよ兄貴組立ち上げるんじゃの。
やっちゃろうや。兄貴なら絶対にてっぺん取れますけ。
ありがとな。けどそういうんじゃねえんだ。
は？
俺たちみてえなヤクザも帰る場所のない連中が生きていける、そんな場所があったらいいって思わねえか。ねえだろそんなの。だから作るんだよ、俺たち自身で。
RGG Studio. This is the same people who do the Yakuza series.
That right there? That's the Japan you've been dreaming about.
That is Snoop Dogg. What the fuck?
This is Japan.
Stranger than heaven. Backstreets walking on the edge of the night.
道聞きたいです。
Just what are we trying too hard to protect? 歌を食い物にして蒼天堀の帝王なんて言われて、それでできた居場所ってのは俺の欲しかったものなんでしょうか。
What's your story? Just a poem for Yakuza. Some things never change.
親よろしくお願いいたします。
Obsessing over one man's death. That's no way to live life.
I know, but I can't just live it alone.
If I don't sell this,
my life can't ever begin.
Nice to know you're not scared.
Remember my promise.
変わってんな。
命の男だけ。
怖い顔してますよ、社長。
You know, we could always just make our own country. It's the only choice we got. Our only way forward is to make a place for ourselves. That settles it, Mikoto. If this country won't accept us, we'll carve out our own right from underneath it. Join the fun. It's our homecoming after all. So long, America! This is my home, and nothing's gonna change that!
It's sped up. This music is fire.
Stranger than heaven.
Man, I went all off for that shit. Like, I thought we was gonna get a
そして Xbox ファンの皆様、
Okay,
こんにちは。
this is what we get. I didn't
セガ
expect it to be
RGG スタジオ代表、本作
fucking
ストレンジャーズ・
like
ヘブンの
this.
エグゼクティブディレクターを務めます、横山正義です。このプログラムでは RGG スタジオが開発中の最新作、ストレンジャーズ・ヘブンのゲームの全貌、ストーリーやキャラクター、舞台となる街や時代、そこで繰り広げられる遊びの数々、そしてコンバットシステムについてもご紹介いたします。最後まで目の離せない内容となっておりますので、どうかお付き合いのほどお願いいたします。物語は1915年、一人の少年がアメリカから逃げ出すためサンフランシスコの港町で偶然見つけた怪しげな船に忍び込むところから始まります。少年の名前は大東誠。当時としては珍しいアメリカ人の父と日本人の母親の間に生まれた混血の少年でした。貿易商を営む父の影響で世界各地を転々とする中、最後に父の母国でもあるアメリカへと移り住んだ大東一家。しかしその直後、父親が急逝してしまいます。英語もそれほど達者ではない、そして当時としては目立つアジア系の外見を持つ母と子。父という後ろ盾を失った後、言われなき迫害を受けるようになってしまいます。その後、精神的疲労から体調を崩していた母親も亡くなり、天涯孤独の身となってしまった誠はある決意をします。母親の故郷でもあり、自身と見た目も近しい人間がたくさんいるはずの日本に渡ろう。持つものも持たず身一つで船へと乗り込んだ誠ですが、彼が取った船は裏の世界では名の通った超大物が乗る船なのでした。
Rise and shine, you two.
密輸商人オルフェウス。彼との運命的とも言える出会いが誠の生涯を大きく動かすことになります。
I play Orpheus, an international smuggler who only has one rule: taking what's meant to be where it's meant to be. If you want it, I can get it for you.
See this fella here?
Why you got the sunglasses?
It's his job to keep troublemakers like you out. Thanks to you, we had to remind you. Feel me?
And I play a character connected to Makoto, you, and Orpheus. But I can't get into too many details, so let me tell you about Orpheus. See, Orpheus, he a one-stop shop for any and all contraband that his underworld connects may require. I'm talking weapons, ammunition, gold, silver, green, white, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, even state secrets. He always delivers. The name Orpheus, that's just a nickname, nothing more. He's a dangerous globetrotter, and that's all anyone knows about him for sure.
Yeah, Makoto and you, those little punks were just the same in the beginning, until the moment they spat out those last words, when their asses were going to be left for good in the middle of the Pacific.
Parts of his life.
Want to tell me why you're here?
I want to go to Japan.
We got nowhere left in this world. That's why we heading to Japan.
Take a good look. That right there, that's the Japan you've been dreaming about.
See, Orpheus realizes in that moment that maybe what he's destined to deliver are the lives of these two boys.
Getting there is one thing, but how will these kids survive in this place? Stranger than heaven. Maybe even that cold-blooded dealer felt a spark of curiosity.
Taking advantage of the fact that he speaks Japanese, Orpheus brings Makoto on as his sidekick, his wingman. Through countless jobs and deals, Makoto learns the tricks of the trade on how to stay spooned and groomed, dipped and whipped, zooted and booted, gooted and looted. I ain't gonna go too more. But the harsh edge of the business and how adults blow off steam, if you know what I mean. Now that's when Orpheus discovered the kid has a talent that nobody's seen coming.
That's singing. His skills still had a long way to go, but that passion in him, nobody can ever match that.
Music is the great equalizer. It transcends barriers, captivates and unites people. Makoto was always an outsider wherever he went. And finally, he found a place he could call home, where he belongs, where he's treated equal.
A legendary smuggler shrouded
in mystery. They reading the shit out of that script, though.
Their meeting and the party sets the
now.
strange story in motion.
But this is only the prologue to a much bigger story. One that begins within their meeting in 1915 and unravels through 50 years of Makoto's relentless, unforgiving fight to survive.
Things the era wouldn't allow. Things society wouldn't forgive.
A sweeping saga of men drawn together across time by the strange twists of fate.
It's the story of men who fought, clawed, and struggled to carve out a place for themselves in a Japan undergoing violent change. So keep your eyes on the characters we bring to life, on the choices they make, and the paths they walk.
Japan's pretty slick, ain't it? Welcome to Japan, fellas.
居場所のない少年と居場所を持たない男の出会い。それは少年ライト誠にとってこの日本という場所でどうやって生きていくのかを決めるきっかけとなるのです。そしてもう一人、この男との出会いが誠の人生の行く末を大きく決めることとなります。それが生涯の友でありライバルでもある少し年上の青年、新庄優です。
A man of mixed Western and Japanese heritage, Yu has grown up in a world that doesn't quite know where to place him, not unlike Makoto. Yu first meets Makoto on Orpheus' ship, where they're nearly thrown overboard. And from that moment on, their lives are intertwined. Makoto is impulsive and brash. Yu, on the other hand, is a realist, sharper, and more calculating than most, always thinking several steps ahead. Upon reaching Kokura, Yu and Makoto make a daring escape from Orpheus' ship.
Looks like this is where we part ways. Yeah, good luck out there, Makoto. You too. See you on the other side. Till then.
While Makoto faces extreme hardship adapting to a new language and culture, Yu adapts rather quickly and even finds work, becoming quite comfortable as a Westerner in Japan.
I see you got a new getup. You're working here now? I am. And I see that you're exactly the same. Still just another no-name loser.
But Yu's heart hides a major weakness. He simply can't leave his faithful friend, Makoto, behind. Through all the persecution, Makoto wants more than anything to carve out a place of his own in Japan. Yu, however, as a man of great ambition, seeks something more. He doesn't want to just survive in Japan. He wants to reshape it. If the world won't make room for him, he will build a new one. These ideas soon clash, and our stowaways decide to walk separate paths. But fate, of course, has other plans. A unique opportunity presents itself years later, and reunites them as partners in show business. Adapting the famed Yashima name from their Kokura days, Makoto and Yu then enter a chaotic and unpredictable new chapter in Minami as Osaka's latest and greatest showman. Here, Makoto, with years of Yakuza experience from his time in Hiroshima, becomes a true force to be reckoned with as he tangles with Osaka's many crime syndicates and even the Italian mafia. Naturally, with Makoto as the brawn, that leaves Yu to play the brains. Using his wit and intellect, Yu navigates the world of underground entertainment, leading to a face-off with the Japanese government. Makoto Daito and Yu Shinjo. One path, two different strides. And that's only the beginning. 30 years after meeting at sea, the world is changing around them, giving way to even greater tragedy. From here, The story has toward a conclusion almost no one could predict, but that's only part of it. This is far more than a story about crime or ambition. It's a story of identity, belonging, history, a story of friendship, of lives, of wills, determined not only to spin the wheel of fate, but to shatter it. Rags to riches. It's a tale as old as time, and more fitting than ever. It is my hope you will experience this remarkable tale for yourself.
本作「ストレンジャーザンヘブン」は主人公である大東誠、そしてその生涯の友でもある新庄優、この2人の50年間にわたる生涯を描いた作品となります。ここで舞台となる街についても紹介させていただきます。まず始まりの街、1915年十日小倉。オルフェウスの密輸船の目的地でもある日本西部の一大工業地帯でもあったこの街がストレンジャーザンヘブン最初の舞台となります。まだ日本に近代的な娯楽が存在しない中、職を求め全国から集まった労働者たちによって賑わう活気ある街並みが特徴です。飲む、打つ、買う、全ての遊びが詰まっています。次の舞台は1929年の広島呉。造船を中心とした重工業の街であると同時に、さまざまな国の社交場としても機能した異色の街並みが特徴です。映画などの娯楽も浸透し、日本文化の近代化の訪れが感じられる一方、日本有数の極道組織に牛耳られた背景を持つ街となり、地下水路や高台など高低差のある迷路のような地形も冒険に奥行きを与えます。そして1943年、今も日本有数の歓楽街として知られる大阪の南へと舞台を移します。緊迫する世界情勢の中、海外の文化が深く入り込んだ日本の裏が描かれます。表向きには日本を称えつつ、裏で異国の文化を楽しむ人々、そしてそれを裏で操ろうとするヤクザやマフィアたち。過去の舞台とは様変わりした新しい遊びの数々を体験することが可能です。その後舞台は1951年、日本有数の観光地でもある静岡熱海、そして1965年の東京新宿神室町へと物語の進行に伴って移っていくことになるのですが、そこには大きなストーリー上の秘密がありますので、また別の機会に遊びの要素などをお伝えできればと思います。
After Orpheus recognizes his talent for music, Makoto discovers that he has a keen ability to find the music in everyday life and can memorize sounds as ideas for future compositions. Makoto can take note of many different sounds from across town, whether that's the hustle and bustle of the streets, a call from a wild animal, or even the sound of his enemies mid-combat. New ideas can come from just about anywhere. These sounds will also vary depending on the era, location, and time of the day. At night, Makoto might listen in on a neighbor's snoring, the call of hungry crows flocking to freshly scattered crumbs, or distant howls echoing from afar. The list goes on. By collaborating with various composers he will encounter, Makoto can combine and arrange these sounds he has gathered to help create original compositions. At first, Makoto gives singing a try for himself.
So, you sing or no?
Yeah, I guess I do.
Then you might try making some money with it.
What?
However, he later finds his true calling as a showman, producing and managing gigs and performances for other artists.
Find a singer with talent and do all you can to make them a star. They call that a showman.
As a showman, Makoto will decide the structure of each show, handle the promotion, and finally, stage the thing itself, earning more and more money with each success. Another key element of being a showman is selling those with a gift for music. By gathering info from around town, Makoto can find new singers and musicians to take part in his productions. As the story progresses, Makoto will grow close to a wide range of individuals, each possessing unique and remarkable abilities. Still, among all this new talent in Makoto's life as a showman, the most impactful are undoubtedly the singers. Some who you may know already.
高志は主人公の大東と呉の極道組織で出会います。
じゃ確かにまたいつでも貸してやるで。
組織内では赤鬼の異名で恐れられていた大東のアシスタント的なポジションで、大東のことを慕う弟分のような役柄です。とある事情から広島最強とも言われる岩木組の一員となった大東の舎弟として常日頃行動を共にするようになるのですが、そんな高志の隠していた趣味が歌とピアノでした。ヤクザとしてはあまり役に立たない趣味ですし、高志はそのことを必死に隠しているんですが、ある日大東にその趣味を知られてしまいます。
なんじゃピアノうるせえぞ。
誰が言うた？あ？
発殴れば十分じゃろ。
兄貴。大東はこいつに歌わせて一儲けしてやろうと興行を思いついて、これをきっかけに大東の興行師としての活動が本格化していき、後の八島興業やそのまた後の登場会という組織にもつながってくるストーリー的にも大きなエピソードの一つとなります。大東の兄貴はどんな歌を作るのか、そしてユーザーの皆様はその歌をどう作り変えていくのか、そして僕はどうやってその歌を歌ってどうストーリーに関わっていくのか。今作には高志以外にも重要なシンガーたちが存在するのですが、その方の役柄も非常に重要となります。
You will meet Suzy when Makoto and you travel to the seaside city of Atami in 1951. 1951 is a moment of great change in Japan, a time when American influence has flooded in, creating new trends in language, music, and fashion. This collision of East and West results in a unique era that exudes both optimism and melancholy. Atami is one of Japan's most notable tourist destinations. My character, Suzy, intends to sing on the largest stage in that city. There, the course of her life is permanently altered when she meets Makoto and you. So, what'd you think?
Brilliant.
Stranger Than Heaven brings players inside Japan's show business world at this pivotal moment in the country's history. And unsurprisingly, showbiz's customs and culture turn out to be just as cutthroat as the underworld's. As a singer, working on this project and portraying this character was an absolute honor, and unlike anything else I've done before. In addition to my voice acting, I worked with Satoshi-san, who plays Takashi, on crafting the theme song for the game. I love being able to combine acting and singing in a single project, and I'm so thrilled for players to experience what we've cooked up.
これまで紹介したように、ストレンジャーザヘブンは5つの時代、5つの舞台、そして50年間にわたる男たちの生涯を描いた作品である。さらに歌というものを中心としたさまざまなゲーム体験がある非常にユニークな内容になっているということをお伝えしてきましたが、それだけではありません。主人公である大東誠の真骨頂は、どんな相手にも屈しない精神力と腕っぷしの強さにあります。ここからはストレンジャーザヘブンもう一つのユニークポイントとも言うべきコンバットシステムについて解説していきます。
私からは今作の最大の特徴ともいえるコンバットシステムについてご紹介いたします。本作のコンバットシステム最大の特徴は、プレイヤーキャラクターである大東の左半身と右半身の操作をそれぞれ独立した操作で行うというものです。コントローラーの RB、RT を入力すると右手や右足といった右半身、LB、LT を入力すると左手や左足など左半身を使っての攻撃を繰り出すことができます。大東はこれらの入力に反応してビビットにアクションを繰り出し、かつてないレベルで意のままに操っている感覚を提供します。攻撃の方法はタップしての連続攻撃だけではなく、入力し続けることでパワーを込め、離すことでより強烈な攻撃を繰り出すことも可能です。これを利用してタイミングよく攻撃を繰り出すことが上手なプレーの一つとなります。例えばこのように走り寄ってきた敵に絶妙なタイミングでパワーを込めた攻撃を叩き込むことや、連続したタップ入力でジャブを連発した後にパワーを込めた強い攻撃を繰り出したりすることも自由自在です。他にも敵の攻撃を片方の手で防ぎ即座に反撃することや、相手のアクションを見極め決定的な攻撃の瞬間をプレイヤー自らがデザインできることが本作の醍醐味と言えるでしょう。左右を操って激しい打撃戦を仕掛ける以外にも LT と RT を同時に引くことでタックルを繰り出して攻撃することができます。タックルの勢いのままマウントを取って攻撃といった状況でもリアルに左右の手を使ってアクションしているかのような感覚を味わうことができます。本作のもう一つのコンバットシステムの大きな特徴に武器の存在があります。大東は素手での戦闘のみならず包丁、ハンマー、刀と様々な武器との出会いがあり、これらを手にして戦い抜きます。本編の壮大な物語の多くの局面ではこれらをいつ装備しどう戦っていくかが生き残っていくための鍵となってきます。大東がその人生を歩んでいく中でより強力な武器を手にすることもあるでしょう。古くからの技物や新たな製法で生まれた品など様々です。新たに手に入る素材を武器に注ぎ込むことで殺傷能力の向上や追加性能の解放も可能です。積極的に武器の入手とアップグレードを行うことで生き残るための手段が増えていきます。ストレンジャーザンヘブンではこうした基本的なアクションに加えて高速移動する車中でのバトルや敵を一瞬で倒すことができる大技、特定のシチュエーションで繰り出せる必殺のアクションなど多種多様なコンバットシステムを体験していただけます。
最初にこの作品のオファーを横山代表からいただいた時、自分の半生が重なるような強い衝撃を受けた記憶があります。僕自身、日本人の父とスペイン人の母を持ち、環境や時代こそ違えど大東誠と近しいような経験やそれこそ苦しい思いをしたことがあります。そんな中でも必死に言葉の壁を越えられるように努力して自分の居場所、自分の夢を追いかけ、壁を乗り越えることで俳優としてのキャリアを積み重ねてきました。本作の大東誠は決して善人ではありません。また登場してくる他のキャラクターたちも全員癖のある人間ばかりです。でも全員に共通しているのは成し遂げたい夢がある、そしてそのために必死に生きているということです。人は夢があるからこそ頑張ります。どんなに苦しいことがあっても最後まで必死にもがき続けていきます。 そんな人間の生きるということへの強い執着と情熱がこの作品の魅力だと思っています。私も今本作の収録で非常に難易度の高いお芝居に日々挑戦しているところなのですが、この世界の中で生きているキャラクターたちの熱量に負けないよう、自分が培ってきた技術と経験と情熱でこの作品を完成に導けるよう精一杯頑張ります。
今回はストレンジャーザンヘブンについてストーリーとゲーム概要を中心にご紹介いたしました。そう遠くないうちにより詳細なゲーム内容やテクニカルな部分についてもご紹介できると思います。速報にもご期待ください。そして最後に重要なお知らせです。本作ストレンジャーザンヘブンはこの冬に発売となります。また Xbox ゲームパスで発売日からプレイしていただくことが可能となります。現在 RGG スタジオでは完成に向けて総力を挙げて制作に取り組んでいます。我々のスタジオにしか作り出せない攻めたストーリーテリングとゲームシステム、あなたの天国よりも奇妙な世界で思いっきり暴れてみませんか。横山でした。
It's on the PC Game Pass. Living this winter. That was dope, man. The music in this shit is very fire. I love how much they put into this. Like even this, I thought like when they were finally starting to come into shit, and it was like right at the start, we were finally coming into things, and they were like showcasing it was like where they were showcasing after they showcased the game stuff at the start and before they started doing the talking head segments. I thought we were just gonna get niggas in just the little game studio just talking and, you know, telling shit. These motherfuckers did a full-on production of this shit with a whole set and lighting and musical performance. I know it's weird. I know it's like outside the actual game shit, but I very much appreciate shit like that. It shows they care even more beyond just the actual game. They also care about the presentation. They care about the entire package. And I can appreciate that. And to me, it also shows that there's also, like, in the game, there's also going to be a lot going on in there as well. So I like that shit. I'm a big fan. I love that shit. This game looks really good. I've never played, as a person who's never played a Yakuza game, something that's, you know, new and its own story and lore. I'm actually really looking forward and interested to actually jumping into it from there. I know Yakuza has a bunch of remakes, but there are a lot of titles, and sometimes I'm like, well, when's a good jumping in point for me to get into it? But for something like this, it's the same studio, but it's a whole new game, the original stuff. This I'm actually looking forward to. So yet another whole new game is on my radar now. So Stranger Than Heaven, that's it. But anyway, with that is the end of this edition of News Drop. I know it was a pretty lengthy one with the Star Fox and this. But hey, I wanted to watch them. I wanted to see it for the first time, get my initial impressions and my first reactions watching it for the first time. But I liked them. Stranger Than Heaven looks really good. Star Fox, I'm like, it's not really moving the needle to get a Switch 2 for me so far. But let me know down in the comments, what did you think? What did you think about about Bungie's financial struggles? What do you think about all the shit going on with Build a Rocket Boy? You think Build a Rocket Boy just as a studio is on the verge of closure? Because I do. The Switch 2 price increase, maybe a Halo 2 remaster. On my PS4 people, you know, they're telling you themselves, it's time to go ahead and upgrade to that PS5. It's your fault you waited so long, and now you got to pay more for it. You probably should have if you bought it before the Remageddon and the Terror shit. But anyway, that's it for me here today. Thank you all so much for watching. Always remember to stay watching, stay playing, stay awesome, and of course, most importantly, to stay safe out there. Till next time, everybody. Talk to you next time. Deuces.